come with me for a follow-up appointment in Ohio. So if you saw my last video, you know I was inpatient about like 2-3 months ago now. The time is flying. But I was able to come home, so I had to go back for a follow-up since I am on TPN, and we decided to fly, which this was my first time flying, and it actually went really good. We've heard a lot of horror stories about flying with medical supplies and issues with security, but everyone was super nice. We didn't have any problems, both flying out and coming home, which was really nice. This was just a follow-up, and everything went really smoothly. We made some adjustments to my formula, but nothing drastic. I didn't record a lot of the appointment, but I did after a little bit. I got these cute earrings in the gift shop, and then you see me have my extensions, and grabbing a book to get ready to head back over to the hospital for pre-op. I saw this chair and I thought it was just really cool. I took this in pre-op, and then now I was just waiting for my OR time. I did accidentally forget my inhalers at home, so I did have to do a neb of albuterol. Don't worry, this video is sped up. I'm not actually breathing that fast. I didn't record much post-op. I honestly just went back to our room and napped, but this is the next morning. We actually had a pretty nice view. The weather was really nice. It wasn't too cold, but it wasn't too warm either. But all in all, the tube change went well. The scopes looked relatively good. We adjusted my one medication, and like I said, adjusted my formula. My PACU nurse was amazing. She sent me back to our Ronald McDonald House room with extra applesauce. I loved her. And now it was time to fly home. We had to leave the Ronald McDonald House we had to check out of our room by 10. And then our ride to the airport picked us up at 11. But our flight wasn't until 5. So I spent that time, as you can see, I checked out some of the books in one of the shops. And I also finished the book that I showed you, The Villain's Assistant, or Assistant to the Villain, rather. I finished that. And then I'm super excited for this movie to come out, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. All in all, the trip was actually super easy and uneventful. No extra chaos or anything, which was quite nice. So we flew out on Sunday, and then we flew back in Tuesday evening. And I didn't think about recording takeoff or landing on the way out, but I recorded it coming back. So to kind of give more of an update, I know I haven't really posted much recently, which I found out I did record a vlog. I just forgot to edit that. So maybe I'll have that up sometime this week or next week. So health-wise, I'm not doing better. I'm about the same. I'm still on TPN. We have been able to increase my feed rate a little bit, but that came with some discomfort. So we've been holding steady at my current feed rate. We are lowering the concentration back down to what it was when I was inpatient because I was losing weight so rapidly. We had increased the concentration of my formula. The problem there was my body has never done well with a higher concentrated formula. or a higher concentration of the formula rather. So we are lowering that back to what it was beforehand. Overall, my GI doctor is pretty content with where I am at the moment. There was a lot of miscommunication between the inpatient care team and not relaying information, but luckily we were able to get all that cleared up during my appointment. He's okay with me being on TPN, and it looks like I will continue to be on TPN for a small period of time. Of course, we're hoping, that's a really short period of time, but we also don't want to push my body too hard because we've seen how it reacts when we do push it too hard. We've also increased my fluid intake, so we added an extra infusion besides my TPN to help with my POTS symptoms, which had started acting up because I'm getting less formula, so my body was getting less fluids that way. So my POTS symptoms started to flare up, so we added an extra infusion. So basically, I go from TPN. Once that ends, I set up an infusion, and then literally right by the time the infusion ends, it's time to set up my TPN for the night. So I just go TPN, infusion, and then back to TPN. So with flying, I don't think I was as nervous for security, even though I've heard firsthand some horror stories about people trying to travel with medical supplies and dealing with airports and security. I think I was more slightly nervous how my body would react to flying with my POTS, but luckily my blood pressure did not go crazy. I couldn't hear though. When we flew out to Ohio, it probably took me about 30 to 40 minutes after we landed for me to start being able to hear clearly because I could not get my ears to pop. But I found out that yawning relieves the pressure in your ears. And I did that on the flight home. And I mean, it also helped. As you can see, we flew home and it was starting to get late. I think at this point it was like 6 o'clock in the evening. It looks way darker, or way later rather. But yawning definitely helped break down the pressure in my ears and help me to be able to hear again a lot faster. At this point, I was getting super excited that we were getting closer and closer to home. My sister was super sweet and came up to help with my puppy. If you guys haven't seen that video, I did get a boxer puppy right after I got out of the hospital. So my sister was nice enough to come up to help my dad out because it was hard to take care of a 11-year-old pug and a boxer puppy because Nikolai can be a little energetic. He's a pretty mellow puppy, but of course he's a puppy, so he has a lot of energy sometimes. And he's doing really good. He actually just graduated his puppy obedience training, which was super exciting. I'll have to post the adorable picture that they took. They took a picture of each dog individually and have this adorable little graduation cap on them. So I'll post that picture probably right after I post this video. As I'm finishing editing and doing this voiceover, it is November 21st. This vlog is from the 5th through the 7th. So it has taken me a hot second to edit and voiceover. Personally, sometimes it is harder for me to edit and voiceover and do the background music rather than the filming part itself. though I do struggle sometimes with filming because I will start filming a vlog or a get ready with me or whatever I'm filming that day and completely forget that I am doing it, and then just completely forget to finish recording. I have a few videos I'm going to work on over the holidays, but if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, maybe even consider subscribing. Definitely maybe hit the notification bell because my posting schedule isn't as consistent as I'd like it to be. But thank you for watching.